Well, good evening. Um, I come to you guys to talk about a very serious and complicated subject. And anytime we talk about racism and we're dealing with anti-Semitism, anti-LGBTQ, misogyny, very serious topic. But I think we're going to have to go back to square one on one particular case. And that has to do with the Kyrie Irving and Nike situation. Nike decided that it would end its ties with Kyrie Irving because they said that he had uh, espoused some anti-Semitic beliefs in supporting a book and a movie. Okay, now here's an article that you see on the screen. It's the badly kept secret of Israel's trade throughout the Muslim world. And this article, as you can see, it comes out of Israel News and Business. And I'm scrolling down to one of the authors of this article, and his name is Professor Uri Bialer. And I know I mispronounced that name, so forgive me, but it's spelled Bialer. And he is a professor at Hebrew University of Jerusalem. He's an expert in international relations who has researched ties between Israel and Iran. And here's his quote: "Money has no smell. Iranians always try to do business, and there have always been Israelis with an eye for making money." And what he's talking about is that this secret, this dirty little secret, is that Israel is doing business throughout the Muslim world. They have financial dealings and trade with nations which are anti-Semitic. Yes. And so here's my problem, why we need to go back to square one. If Israel itself is doing business with nations which are anti-Semitic, then how can we condemn those in this country who do business, Twitter, with those who have anti-Semitic views, racist views, anti-Black, anti-LGBTQ. And so we just can't simply come down on a few. And the few being Kanye West and Kyrie Irving in particular. And so I would say to Nike, you haven't severed ties with Israel, which does business with countries that are anti-Semitic. And I know you do business there because I've been there and I've seen your shops. So you sell and you have ties. You're not breaking ties with Israel. To hold a particular belief that if someone is espousing anti-Semitic views, and therefore you will not do trade and business with them, it seems to be broken that the very nation of Israel is doing business with those who are anti-Semitic. So you can't have it both ways. I say to my Jewish brothers and sisters in this country, JDL, you are doing business with Twitter. How do I know that? Because I just checked your accounts. Twitter, under Elon Musk, is putting out all types of anti-Semitic materials 24/7. Anti African American material 24/7, anti-LGBTQ, misogyny. All those things are being espoused and put out on Twitter 24/7, particularly under the ownership now of Elon Musk. But I don't see the attack and the breaking of relationships with Elon Musk and Twitter. And we can move to another major corporation, Amazon. Amazon is selling the book, which Kyrie Irving posted the book and the movie. And they've said, we're not going to stop selling it. And who's breaking ties with Amazon? I don't see anyone doing that. The only people that I've seen thoroughly attacked and stripped of their wealth have been African Americans. That's a problem. That is racism. How is it that only African Americans are stripped of their wealth and these other organizations, countries, a nation, a Jewish nation, are dealing with groups that espouse anti-Semitism? And so I'm going to say perhaps Nike unwittingly got drawn into this mess or pressured to say you need to break ties with Kyrie Irving because he did this. Well, we need to go back to square one and decide how are we going to handle these situations. But what we cannot stand for is that the only individuals or groups who are financially punished are African Americans. And so we have to say Nike, Adidas, and the rest. We need to go back to square one and decide how are we going to address these issues fairly. If that doesn't happen, and there is no reversal, then what we are saying is that your companies are engaging in racism against the African American community. Us and only us. That's what racism does. It picks out a particular group. And so this article can be found on the internet. Read it for yourselves. It's entitled The Badly Kept Secret of Israel's Trade Throughout the Muslim World. Again, if the criteria for striking someone down is that they espouse anti-Semitic views, you're going to have to deal with the nation of Israel. I don't see JDL and other Jewish groups here in the United States breaking ties with the nation of Israel because they're doing business with nations which espouse anti-Semitism. Do you see the problem? I hope you do. And so we have to go back to square one.